Hello dear friends, this is Dr. Deeptesh Patel and I will be teaching you jet propulsion and aircraft engineering in this video session. Now today in this video session we are going to see a lecture 3 of fundamental of gas dynamics, in which we are going to start or we are going to study the Mach number and its importance. So this is the outlines of today's video session, that includes the Mach number and influence. So here we are going to see what is Mach number and what is its influence on a different flow area, and we are going to study the different flow region as well. So let's begin with the Mach number. You can see Mach number, the definition of Mach number is the index of the ratio of inertia force to viscous force. That means I should be able to write down m square, which is a Mach number, is equal to inertia force and elastic force. Now m square can also be written as is equal to rho a c square divided by k upon capital A. Now inertia force has been defined as rho ac square. So here they have defined the inertia force as rho ac square, where rho is a density of fluid, a is a flow area, and c is a velocity of fluid, as well as the elastic force that has been defined as capital K into capital A, where capital K is a bulk modulus and capital A is a flow area. So therefore I should be able to write down as the Mach number m square is equal to rho ac square divided by K upon K into area. Now A can be eliminated from both numerator and denominator, so the equation would be reduced to m square is equal to rho c square divided by capital K. So now I have defined the Mach number, where Mach number m square, its index of Mach number, is equal to rho c square divided by K. So we reach to these positions m square, which is equal to rho c square divided by K. Now let's put the values of K in that equation. Now we know that K is a bulk modulus and capital K is equal to rho a square. So what we are going to do here, we are going to put the values of bulk modulus in this equation, and we are going to find out m square is equal to rho c square is equal to rho a square. Now rho, which is a density of fluid, can be eliminated from both numerator and denominator. So therefore the equation would reduce to m square is equal to c square divided by a square, and therefore I should be able to write down m is equal to c upon a, means Mach number is equal to c, which is a fluid velocity or the velocity of fluid, divided by a is a velocity of sound. Now this equation would learn us or teach us another definitions of Mach number, where from this equation I should be able to say that Mach number is defined as the ratio of velocity of fluid to the velocity of sound. Since we know that capital C is a velocity of fluid and capital A is a velocity of sound, which has been derived from this equation. Now let's move forward. Here in this slide we are going to learn a different regions of flow. So basically there are 6 different regions to be understood, and here we are going to see them one by one. So the different regions are incompressible flow, then subsonic flow region, then sonic flow region, supersonic flow regions, and hypersonic flow regions, and then one more is a transonic flow regions. So what we are going to do here, we are going to see each of them step by step. So let's begin with the compressible flow regions that you can see in the slide over here. So in compressible flow regions, the velocity of fluid is very small as compared to velocity of sound, and therefore the Mach number is below 0.33. So in compressible flow limit, since the velocity of fluid is very small, and what we have learned in previous slide, the definitions of Mach number, which is the ratio of fluid velocity to the sound velocity. So from that equations we know that the velocity of fluid is very small while velocity of sound is higher as compared to the velocity of fluid, and that's why it is falls in compressible flow limits. You can see in the diagram that x directions represent the velocity of fluid and y direction represent the velocity of sound. Now if you move forward, you will see the subsonic flow regions. In subsonic flow regions, the Mach number is lying in between 0.3 to 0.88. So in subsonic flow, the sound velocity of fluid is again small or less as compared to velocity of sound, and therefore the Mach number is below unity. So it should be below 0.88. Next one is a sonic flow regions. In sonic flow regions, the velocity of fluid is equal to the velocity of sound, and therefore the Mach number is unity, and we can write that the Mach number for the sonic flow region is always unity, and it should be written as is equal to 1. If you move forward, you'll see the supersonic flow regions. In supersonic flow regions, the fluid velocity is increasing. So here in the fluid velocity is higher as compared to the velocity of sound, and therefore the Mach number is lying in between 1.2 to 5. Even if you move a little bit further, you will fall into the hypersonic flow regions that you can see over here. In hypersonic flow regions, the fluid velocity is very higher, is very large as compared to the sound velocity, and therefore the Mach number is higher than 5. One more flow regions that need to be discussed, which is actually not shown in this diagram, that is the transonic fluid flow regions. In transonic fluid flow regions, the Mach number is lying in between 0.88 and 1.2. So basically the transonic flow regions is lying in subsonic as well as in supersonic flow regions. So the transonic flow regions is the 6 regions of flow. So overall we have gone through the 6 different regions of flow in this diagram. Now here we are going to study the different types of flow in a detail. So the first one is incompressible flow. Now as we have discussed in previous slide, that in incompressible flow the velocity of fluid or the velocity of the sound of disturbance is small as compared to the velocity of sound. So here the velocity of source of disturbance is very small as compared to the velocity of sound, and therefore you can see that the infinitesimal sound waves, or you can see this you can say it's a spherical waves are generated, and these waves would be initiated from the point of source of disturbance and would flow in all different regions. They are looks symmetrical in nature. Next one is a subsonic flow regions. In subsonic flow, again the velocity of source of disturbance is less as compared to the velocity of sound, and therefore the waves which has been generated from the source of disturbance are symmetrical in spherical form, but they are not symmetricals. Actually they do not have patterns of symmetrical nature. Then after the sonic flow regions. Now we have discussed already the sonic flow regions. The sonic flow, in sonic flow the velocity of source of disturbance and a velocity of sound is equal, and therefore the waves which has been generated from the source of disturbance would initiated from the position from the point of source of disturbance, and their positions are initiated after that. So you would see that the initiation of these waves would be the point of source of disturbance S. Now these waves are also sphericals in nature, and you can see that if you look at the left hand side of the point S, which is shown as a zone of silence, as these waves do not fall in these zones, this zone is known as the zone of silence. Since these waves are initiated from point S and move toward the right hand side, so the regions of the right side of the point S is known as zone of action. Then after, a supersonic flow regions. In supersonic flow regions, the source of disturbance velocity is very large, is very high as compared to the velocity of sound, and therefore the waves which are generated, the sound wave which are generated here, are very far behind the point S or the source of disturbance. These waves also look sphericals in form, and these supersonic flow is also been divided in two different zones: zone of silence and zone of action. So Mach cones is used to separate two different zones. Mach cones is actually a tangent line from the source of disturbance to the surface of the spherical waves form. So the region which is lying outside of the Mach cone is known as the zone of silence, while the region which is lying inside of the Mach cone is known as the zone of actions. So this is for the supersonic flow regions. So here what we have studied the different flow regions in detail. That includes the incompressible flow, then sonic flow, subsonic flow, and the supersonic flow regions. Now this is the end of video session. If you have any doubt, you can write down in the comment box. Thank you very much.